Network Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, our musical guest from the 80s, let's welcome Alphaville. When you're big in Japan, tonight, big in Japan, be tight, big in Japan, where the eastern sea's so blue. Big in Japan, big in Japan, all right. Pay that I sleep by your side. Things are easy when you're big in Japan. Oh, when you're big in Japan. Alam mo ba yan,
I've never heard of this song
You-
in my entire life.
No, you're lying.
No,
You're
I'm not
absolutely
lying. I'm not lying. Yeah,
No.
I've never heard of this song
Big
ever. As in
in
ever.
Japan. You know, I'm probably singing it wrong, but it's
I
impossible.
love it
that you
talaga
have
when
never-
people, like, just because they get louder, they feel like you'll know it. Na big in Japan? Ah, yeah, that's right. I know this song. Yeah. No, I've
No,
never heard of it.
alam mo, do you have your cell phone there? Do you have your cell
Yeah,
phone
of
there?
course I do.
Okay,
I'm also in
can
front
you
of my
just like
computer.
play it? Go on Spotify.
Big in Japan, song
Yeah,
by
please.
Alpha.
Like I'm
Okay.
singing it wrong, but it's impossible that you do because this is 84. You know songs older than 84. So what was that?
I was born in 84.
No, I know, but hello, mga 70s nga alam mo eh.
Well, that's
So it's
true.
not about
But
it's not about
Let-
it's not about
Give me
the
a second
year.
to try to listen to what it actually sounds like. All right.
Fair enough. Because you know what? It's impossible that you don't know this song. This
Oh
is
my
such a
god, the video is horrendous.
it's very it reminds me of
It's
a similar
horrendous.
it's a similar song yung yung One Night in Bangkok. One
Why is
Night
he
in
feeling
Bangkok
himself so much?
because it's Alphaville. Wala, nothing. It doesn't
No.
even ring a bell. It doesn't even like
No.
no. Big in Japan? Oh my gosh, how could you not
He's
know
really
this
feeling
song?
himself, huh? So his lips are so big. Almost as big as it is in Japan.
Okay, odd thing to notice, but okay.
No, watch the video. Like it's just
I know
it's
the
so-
hello, I know the
I'm saying,
video.
I'm big in Japan.
Yeah.
You know how like Mandy Moore has
Yes.
like a I wanna be with you.
Yeah.
May ganun
Yung
din siya
parang
eh.
umaacting yung lips niya.
Oh, may sariling
Oo.
buhay yung lips. Yeah, but
Okay,
I've never heard
fine.
it.
Anyway,
Okay.
big in
And
Japan.
Okay, so is that the reason? Okay, well, yeah, I guess.
Well,
What do
hello,
we
big
think of?
in
What do we
Japan.
think of a song? I can't actually think of a song that has blue eyes in it.
Meron ako.
Ano?
Pero we have to move way back. Way
Okay.
back to the 70s.
The time of your
ladies and-
birth.
Shush! Ladies and gentlemen, that's being
The
kind.
real time. No,
No, that's actually being kind. You're being generous. You're being very generous. Okay.
It's almost Christmas, you know.
Sige. Who sang this ba? Ladies and gentlemen, our musical guest from the 70s, Melissa Manchester.
Damn.
Don't it make my brown eyes? Don't it make my brown eyes? Don't it make my brown eyes blue?
None.
Hindi, yun. Okay lang. Yun, I understand. If you don't know that song. Parang, ano ba title nun?
There has to be like a newer song that has it, right?
Na Blue Eyes?
Taylor
wait,
Swift and Tim McGraw have a song about blue eyes. It's called Tim McGraw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the title of a Taylor
Yeah,
Swift song.
I'm just not too familiar with this song, but yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, that I guess that works. I'm actually surprised that like Ocean Eyes also has by Billie Eilish.
Oh, pero alam mo yun, gets nothing
super like
Blue Eyes talaga. Tsaka yung sikat na sikat talaga.
yeah, which is
Because
surprising.
marami,
Anyway,
I'm looking at it and
Yeah.
marami pero hindi siya specific to Blue Eyes, and if there are specific to Blue Eyes, hindi siya ganun ka-popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a multi-level one.
Sige.
Multi-level musical guest.
Sige.
Ladies and gentlemen, hindi natin i-introduce kasi ano na lang.
Sige.
Let's go straight to it. I've been waiting for a girl like you to come into my life.
Pwede namang ano, I wanna
Kasi,
know what love
kasi
is.
foreigner, di ba?
Want you to show me.
Tapos waiting for a girl like you.
Like you.
Di ba? Okay,
Pwede
I
ha.
cannot stop raving about this next show that we're
My
actually
gosh, I
going to be
cannot.
talking about today.
I
Right?
can.
It's so freaking good. I'm so happy I stumbled upon it. And like it had honestly there was zero. I did at least I was never targeted by any marketing or anything about it. Like I had not heard of it previously until I just stumbled upon it on Netflix. And the show that we're gonna be talking about today is Blue Eye Samurai. Holy shit. It's such a good show. Where do I even
Ah,
begin? Where
you
do
know
I
what?
even begin?
That was my problem. I'm like,
Hmm.
how do I convince people to watch this show? Because
And
it's
I want to convince
and ano
people that
ha?
don't watch cartoons. You
Yes.
know how like kasi parang
Okay,
oh I don't
one
like animated movies or
who don't
whatever.
like cartoons, two who
Uh,
don't like anime, kasi di ba
yeah.
parang it's like an English anime. Pero
There's a stigma kasi na parang
oh
oh
my
anime's pang
gosh.
bata or whatever, but it's so good. So good.
And I wanted to say na parang it's not one of the best animated shows I've seen. It's not one of the best animated shows
Mhm.
I've seen. It's one of the best shows I've seen,
I've seen.
period.
Period. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
That's
it is
why.
nothing like you have ever
Yun nga
seen
kasi parang
before.
I
Nothing.
want to tell let this be a message to everybody out there who's listening who's not into animated shows, movies or whatever. Do not treat this as an animated movie.
No,
Like it
no.
just so happens that it's animated, but holy shit, like it's such a good I'm sorry, it's a good fucking show. It's like I couldn't stop myself from alam mo yung literal I was on Netflix, I was bored, I was like what can I watch kaya I want something that's quick lang because I didn't really have much time and whatever, and then I saw two
That's what
things.
he said. This is going to be quick. I don't
You
really
know
have
what?
much time.
You know what? If Blue Eye Samurai were a girl and I would be having sex with it, I would have exploded prematurely. That's because that's how good of a show it is. You know what I mean?
Okay, we were being
Yeah.
very honest. Wait,
Walang
have we
control. Walang
opened?
control.
Have we opened the show?
Oh no, we haven't. We
Oh
haven't.
my
Yeah, that's right.
gosh.
His name is Chico Garcia.
And his name is Gino Killiamore. This is Only Fun. And yes,
Indeed.
that's what you're listening to. Just in case na
Yeah.
no, medyo nawala ka lang and napindot mo randomly and you ended up here.
Ano to?
But yes,
Bakit may nagsisex with Blue Eye Samurai?
I know, right?
No, but it's so good.
It's so good.
Again, I need people to understand to not just view this as an animated show, anime. Kasi okay, the topic that it deals with, obviously samurai.
Oh, sige.
You know,
Let's set it up. Let's set it up.
It's very closely connected to mga anime, diba? Like, you know, Rurouni Kenshin, yung mga ganyan. So, syempre, you have that stigma already na parang, it's animated because it's about samurai, then it's probably like an anime. It's not an anime. It's animated.
Alam mo how to, you know how to, like, completely encompass what it's about?
Uh-huh.
For me, the first thing that came to mind is like, wow, this is like Mulan meets
Kill
Mamma
Bill.
Mia. No, Mamma Mia.
Why Mamma Mia?
Hindi niya alam kung sino yung tatay niya eh. Di ba?
Well, yeah, that's...
right?
On.
Yung parang like, which one of you is my father?
Ako kasi when I was watching it, it was very Kill Bill. You
very
know,
Kill Bill too. Very Kill Bill too.
I'm going to murder the entire world.
Well, Medj. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of context, why is it like Mulan? This is not a spoiler. By first episode, alam niyo
You'll find out
gets
already.
Na actually, first scene, I knew that the samurai was a girl.
Boses niya pa lang
because of the voice. Pero syempre, the basic premise is, kunyari parang papakita niya, okay, it's this like Twinkie dude, parang androgynous Twinkie dude na parang like ang galing niya mag sword play. Tapos biglang, surprise, it's a girl. Pero
Peaches. I love that scene.
You get that it's a girl immediately. Parang it's one of those, it's a secret, but it's not really a secret. You know that she's a girl. I mean, she kind of sounds like a girl. But anyway, That's the Mulan part where she
Hindi, so start
pretends
pa
to
lang ng
be.
show, medyo na-turn on na ako. So alam ko na parang, girl to, girl to. Kasi kung hindi, medyo, oh shit, medyo Delix tayo.
Hindi eh. Ako, feeling ko, naging very Taigen ka eh. Na akala mo lalaki pero na-turn on ka eh.
Diba? It's Mulan and Shang all over
It's
again.
very Mulan. Pero gets, it has
Uh,
that Mulan energy na a
yeah,
girl tries to pass herself off as a boy,
yeah.
but she's actually better than most of the boys
That's
that she
true. Yeah.
encounters. Tapos, the Mamma Mia part about it is the part where basta, we won't explain it na. Basta,
Mhm.
just watch it. Basta, she's looking for her father, but she doesn't know which of the four
Foreigners.
possible foreigners was her dad or is her
Yeah.
dad. So that part is very Mamma Mia. So it's so weird.
So
Mulan meets.
let's set it up. Basically, this
Okay.
is in the Edo period of Japan, where
Yeah.
samurais were pretty much the norm. And then, if you're familiar with Japanese history, the foreigners started pouring in and started trading.
Hmm.
But there was a resistance of sorts, like because Japan wanted to keep its cultural heritage, so they no longer allowed foreigners to come and trade. But there were four foreigners that were allowed, or at least like sneakily put into Japan to trade. So one of the four is this girl's father, and now she's trying to like find which one it is. Um, and I don't think this is a spoiler either. Basically, she's out there to kill all of them.
Ah.
That's what she's trying to do.
No,
So
kasi ano
it's
naman, by first episode, you'll
yeah,
get this. So it's not really a plot, a super like spoilery plot point.
yeah.
Now here's the thing. I've been wondering. I just didn't get the time.
Mhm.
Kasi parang ang story niya, obviously marami ng foreigners sa Japan by that time. Binan
Yeah.
sila. Kaya
Yeah.
nangyari parang 4 na lang kasi nga parang nag-purge yung Japan na no more foreigners. We don't like these foreigners. They're
Yeah.
ugly, they're mabaho,
They're
like
destroying our
they're
heritage or
annoying.
whatever.
They're annoying AF.
Hmm.
So they kicked them out. I'm curious. Obviously this story is like fiction, pero is that based on a historical event? Like was that era of Japan talaga nagkaroon ng era na they kicked all of the gaijins
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
'Di ba?
And diba, even in The Last Samurai, that's what they did. I remember at
Ganon
the very
din.
end, when the emperor was like,
Oh.
because initially they wanted, the technology, the guns, the railroads and whatever, and then eventually parang they realized that, you know what, this is messing with our culture. So yeah, we're gonna kick you all out. Medyo
So
ganon.
nag-ano
Ganon yung
talaga sila, nag parang they isolated themselves talaga for a
and
good
but that's
chunk
also
of their
why
history.
as kind as the Japanese are, they're also kind of xenophobic. Like to a
Yes.
certain degree, diba?
Oh,
Parang
yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
they'll respect you, but like follow our culture here. Parang ganon.
Mm,
So
mm.
there is historical basis on it in
And
it.
it's very
And
it's very similar to one of my all-time favorite. Parang as a kid, I
Mhm.
remember it was one of the seminal miniseries I watched as a kid.
Seminal.
Hindi. Alam mo, grade 5 boy, I swear, giggling at the most ridiculous things.
Or you in a penile colony? Did you have to dictate your answers to the quiz after?
I mean, can I continue now? Are you penis? Alam mo,
This discussion is
kakainis ka eh.
titillating.
Kakainis ka eh. Ano, titigil ka na ba? Ha? Titigil ka na ba? Ha?
Tingnan mo to. Titser, ingay niya eh.
Alam mo, babariling kita. Buratatatatatat. Oh, which is kasi this is the advent of the gun, right?
Yes,
This is
that's true.
the
That's
advent
true.
of
The
the
first
gun.
time that they kind of, yeah. Anyway,
Parang ini-introduce pa lang yung...
going back to the show. Also, you gotta respect the cast for the show. The voice actors in it. You know, Kenneth Branagh is actually in it.
Yes.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh.
Ano Randall Park.
Randall Park. Masioka from Heroes.
Yeah.
George
Like
Takei, of course, from Star Trek.
it's it's
Um,
it's a very impressive voice cast,
like
and they're so
majority of
good.
the Asians that you see on Hollywood, they're probably here. Alam mo yun,
Yeah.
they're probably voicing somebody. It's so good. I really just don't understand how this was such a sleeper for me. Parang like hindi ko siya na like I never heard anything of it prior to it actually being released. Alam mo yun, parang kunwari Invincible, like
Yes.
obviously I heard about it already. By the way, the second season of Invincible is out. But ito, like nothing talaga. Like as in, and with a cast like this, you would think that parang, oh, they generate so much hype around it, but it's so freaking good. Like, and it's some of the best animation that I've actually seen. Like it's so crisp looking.
It's amazing. At saka ano, for me, one of the things, okay, like the animation is amazing. Like
Yeah.
it's not even anime level kasi parang it's verging on
Para
like
siyang CGI
realistic
slash yes.
slash Disney slash kasi ang smooth ang linis ng
Uh,
animation. But I guess what I did not expect, I mean, I had an idea. I
mhm.
was thinking, oh, this is going to be very, siguro very Avatar, The Last
Yeah.
Airbender. Medyo ganun yung nasa isip ko. What I was not prepared for was how dark it is. It's so dark.
Yeah.
It's so violent. And two, this is one of the first times that I've actually encountered frontal nudity in an animated
Yeah.
feature.
Diba?
Like,
Peaches.
oo, as in
Oo.
boobs
Tapos
and
brothels,
pototoy.
'di ba?
Oo,
Tapos as
pototoy
in
talaga. And like,
pugutan ng hindi naman edits, pero pugutan ng limbs, 'di ba?
ang,
Hindi kasi we were
ang
talking
intense
about it.
nung pagutan ng edits. Ang intense nun. Sobra yun, sobra yun.
Hey, what took you so long? I got lost. Huh? I got lost inside the mind of a genius. What? Can you imagine being at the center of 16 billion Da Vinci paintings through AI? It's like seeing what's inside Da Vinci's mind. The paintings are around you and above you and right through you. Oh, I can't explain it. The whole experience is trippy and wild and seriously amazing. You have to see it for yourself. Check out BGC Immersive Presents Wisdom of Da Vinci, a celebration of art, light, and technology. Get lost inside the mind of a genius. Use the code ONLYFUN150 to get a special discount when booking your tickets at bgcimmersive.com.
Hindi,
That's
pero
too much.
gets, like,
That's too much.
it's so violent. It's
Yeah.
so brutal. It's so cruel. It's so adult. I mean, this
But
is definitely
I think-
not for kids.
I think the beauty of
Definitely
it
not for kids.
is while it's brutal, it's not it didn't turn me off. Alam mo
No.
yun, parang there's a
I'm
certain level of
squeamish.
brutal na parang you're like,
I'm
"Ugh,
squeamish,
that's
but
too
I
much."
didn't find it. You know, it's
Yeah.
brutal, but it's beautiful.
Yes,
It's
artistic
so
pa rin.
beautiful. The
Ganda talaga.
shots are amazing. I know it's animated, but the
Yeah.
shots are so well done.
The music.
And
It's just everything is just and obviously the story itself. Like alam mo yun, the story itself. I don't know parang it's not the story isn't very complicated. It's really not. But the way that they I don't know, the way that they package it, like it just makes so much sense. And
what
alam mo
I
yung parang especially now,
Mm.
I have to highlight this because you know how nowadays anytime that a female is put into like any role, there's always that whole are they doing this because of like diversity or are they doing this to be woke? 'Di ba may ganun na
Mm.
you know because
it's very
of that
girl
agenda.
power kasi, di ba?
Yeah.
It's very girl power.
Because of that agenda that's being pushed, like you're kind of like sometimes you're a little hesitant na parang there's a little bit of resistance na parang is it natural to the story or are they just doing it because they want to push an agenda? This is very like it does not feel like there's an agenda being pushed. It just makes perfect sense for it to be part of the story. So alam mo yung parang there's no resistance in the sense na parang it's this should have been a guy character. Alam mo wala kang ganong notion whatsoever. Like it just makes sense.
And what I love about it is, you know, just like the best K-dramas that we have, we always talk about this aspect of K-drama that they do it so well. There is the main story plot, which is about the Blue Eye Samurai and her parang journey, right?
Quest
her
for revenge,
vendetta,
yeah.
her quest for revenge, her unquenchable thirst for revenge. But what's amazing about it is that the little subplots, like sometimes you get so annoyed at the subplot, but can we just go back to the main story?
Yeah.
I'm not really
Yeah.
interested in these minor characters.
I don't want to
Ito,
find out. Yeah.
the subplots, the supporting characters, the little side stories, you are every bit as invested in them
Invested.
as you
Yeah.
are with the main character. So there's no
Yeah.
such thing as you're just interested in the main character. You want to know what happens to Akemi. You want to know what happens to Taigen. You want to know what
Mm.
happens to
The
Ringo. You
Ringo.
want to know
Yeah.
what happens to, it's like, it's not parang, oh, we can't have just one story. We
Kumbaga,
have to
hindi
have
siya
little
buhat ni
branches.
Blue Eye Samurai lang lahat.
Hindi
No?
talaga. Like, it doesn't matter where the story goes. Like, kay Sword
Yeah.
Father pa. Parang
Yeah.
like, yung parang everything. You're
Yeah.
just like so thirsty for the next episode or for what happens next. Na parang because it's so good, you're rooting for all the characters. And can I just say
Mhm.
that I will say this with no hesitance at all.
Mhm.
Ringo is probably my most favorite sidekick in
Ever.
my life ever, in the
He's
history
so
of
pure.
sidekicks.
He's so
I don't
pure.
think any other sidekick has been written this well. And
Yeah.
I would, if you tell me there was a 100 episode series about Ringo's life, I
You
am
would
on
watch it.
board.
Yeah.
I would be on board. And it's so natural. They're not
Yeah.
trying to make him more heroic than he actually is. They're not trying to make you love him more than you actually do. He's just an amazing character.
You know
He's
who
such an
Ringo
amazing
reminds me of?
character.
Even in Mulan. Remember si di ba si Mulan had like three best friends na guys.
Mm,
One was the short one that she got into like a fist fight with. The other one was a thin one, and the other one was the big one who would just hug everyone.
yeah,
That's who Ringo reminds me
medyo
of. Pero
siya.
parang a fleshed out version of that character. Like, I swear, he's so, yun nga eh, parang he's so pure, and it doesn't feel like, oh, they put him there to be like a moral compass or whatever.
Nope.
Like, it just, wala, that's just how he is. And it's so
At saka,
good.
ang perfect pitch nung, he's not like a simpleton. They
Yeah,
didn't turn, I mean, meron siyang ganong aspect.
Meron siyang,
but he's smart, but
yeah.
he's also not super smart. He's brave, but he's not super brave.
Yeah.
He's like, yung, basta the character is like amazing. And alam mo yung, I find myself smiling the moment Ringo is on screen. Yung
Yeah.
basta bigla nag-show up siya, yung parang I suddenly have like a boost of dopamine and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm happy now. I saw Ringo. Like,
Diba?
he makes
Hindi,
me
tapos
happy.
yun nga eh. Hindi rin siya pure in the sense na parang, okay, what's the brothel scene episode 1? Yeah, right? It was, no?
One or two.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's not really a main spoiler or whatever. Basically, Blue Eye Samurai drops off Ringo in a brothel, and he's never been. And he basically, like, if he were like a super nice, goody two shoes, squeaky clean character, then he would have been like, oh no, I'm getting out of this brothel because this is wrong, soliciting sex. But he didn't. Alam mo, nag-enjoy rin siya eh. Kumbaga parang, yun yung gusto ko eh, na he's very human in that sense, na parang, he's not an infallible character. It's just that he ends up doing the right thing more often than not. Alam mo yung ganon? So that's why I feel like he's such a great character.
He's such a good character. And yun nga eh, like parang like, and can I just also say that super favorite ko rin si Taigen?
Si Taigen. Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Of
Taigen,
course.
I mean, I know people who are not into like
Mm-hmm.
having crushes on animated characters.
Not
would
today.
probably not. They probably wouldn't understand.
Today.
You'd probably be a little bit of, judgy judgerson, but...
Hindi, hello, ako nga kay Blue Eye Samurai na nagpapanggap na lalaki.
Alam mo, support you on this one.
Hindi, okay. Just to let, like, there's just one episode. I won't get into it, but parang, it's like a backstory on why Blue Eye Samurai is the way,
she is.
And for me, like, that was like, oh my God, that's it. This is where they make you fall in love with the character. Alam mo yun, kasi parang, ang galing lang talaga. Actually, please watch it.
There's this one episode 5, which I think is one of the finest moments of
Mhm.
television. If we consider streaming television,
Yeah.
parang one of the brightest moments. This series, I don't know in what category deserves either an Oscar or an Emmy, kung saan
Mhm.
man siya
Pasok.
eligible.
Oh,
Because I don't know how streaming plays into the whole
works.
awards
Yeah.
season. It deserves an award for
Yeah.
best something because it is amazing. It's not just entertaining, it's like artistically satisfying. It's very entertaining, it's very watchable, but it's also it stimulates your brain, your
Mhm.
heart, your groin, your everything. It stimulates everything. It's so good. Now here's the thing, here's the pitch. We won't spoil it, but
Mhm.
suffice it to say, it ends bitin.
Yeah.
It supposedly it was engineered to be a cliffhanger. It was engineered to be a
It was
multi-season.
engineered to have a sequel.
It was engineered to have a sequel, very much like think
No.
Castlevania, think Blood of Zeus, the other animated shows
Mhm.
ng Netflix. Um, it was meant to have sequels. Now here's the thing.
Mhm.
It is not sure to have a sequel yet. It has not been
Mhm.
greenlit.
Renewed or anything like
So,
that.
people, the only way that we will find out what happens to Mizu and
Mhm.
Ringo and Taigen and Akemi and Swordfather is to have a sequel. And the
Yeah.
only way that we will have a sequel is if people watch this show.
So please
And
watch this show.
don't delay because Netflix needs to know kung magiging hit ba siya o hindi. And
Yeah.
they need to see the insights.
Numbers.
They need
Oh,
to
they
see
need
the
the numbers.
numbers. Guys, pag ito hindi nagkaroon ng sequel, I will be so devastated. We have to know what happens when they go basta yung ending.
It's please watch
Please
it.
watch it.
It's only like what 40 minutes per episode. There's
It's
probably
just
like,
eight
is it eight
episodes.
episodes? Yeah, eight
Eight
episodes.
episodes. Episode 5 is like award-winning worthy. You have to watch this. Ugh, gosh.
Please watch it. It's called Blue Eye Samurai. It's on Netflix. Do not let the fact that it's about like samurai, or do not let the fact that it's an animation or animated, like, dissuade you from watching it if you're not the type to watch animated things, because it's just such a good show. It's such a good show.
Please
Please
watch
watch it.
it. Magsuswoon kayo kay Taigen, I promise. As in like, so, so
I know.
it's so
So
good. I mean, I don't know anymore what to say. It's so weird. When I started, kasi nga I read up on it afterwards.
yeah.
I just wanted to see. Oh, by the way, it's 100% in Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like
Okay.
all the
Yeah.
critics who watched it were like blown away
Meron nga
by
rin ako mga
how
friends that
good it
don't
is.
usually watch mga animated shows, not really into samurai or anything like that, who ended up watching it and they cannot stop raving about it because it's so good.
I was
So
supposed to watch
please
just
give
I
it
was supposed
another
to
season.
just one episode. Oh, I finished it in like 2
Diba?
sittings. I
Oh,
couldn't
diba?
I couldn't stop. I was like, oh,
Because
nope,
it's
I'm
so
watching the
good.
next one. It is so good. If we ever have any smidgen, iota of credibility in your eyes, please trust us on this one. Just in case you're not interested or it's not
Yeah.
in your list, please take our word for it and watch it. Watch
And
one
this is
episode.
not a paid endorsement or anything
No,
like that.
no.
Like, we're really just raving about it because of how good this damn show is.
But it is a selfish motive because we want to
Yes,
know what
because
happens
we see
and
the next exactly.
we need to know what happens next. And if you don't cooperate, we will never know what happens, and that would be such a tragedy. And I would have to write the showrunners. Can you just tell me what happens? Or come out with a book para at least we can find out what happens next. Because I'm sure meron na silang storya. They
I
just
would think so
need to
too.
bring it out. But please watch it. It's called Blue Eye Samurai. Walang tapon. As in, and you
Wala
know what?
talaga. Every
Even
episode.
if you watch episode 1, and let's just say for the sake of argument that you do love it the way we do, I promise you the next 7 episodes is not what you are expecting. They
Mhm.
will even out deliver what you will see in episode 1. I thought it was going a certain way. My gosh,
Yeah.
it surprised
It's not,
me in such
right? No.
amazing ways.
So do check it out. Of course, we want to thank our partners, the Pod Network Entertainment. You can check us out on social media. It's at OnlyFunPH, at Chico Garcia for him, at Gino.Tilliamore for me. Watch Blue Eye Samurai. Watch Blue Eye
Yes.
Samurai.
From one chinito to another, please watch
Wow.
it. Watch it.
Wow. Everything we said prior to that statement was truth. Okay. Prior to that statement.
Arigato.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Sayonara. Bye.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.